Right there's the ice starting to form more on the ponds as we're going by. Still no snow, and here it is towards mid-November 2010. So we're gonna get out there and see if we can get some lake whitefish action, making our rounds in transition time, showing before ice on. So from fall to winter. Stick with us. Alright, we can see the pond down below is starting to freeze up because that water doesn't move as much done in the wind, and if it's wind swept, it won't freeze. But if the water isn't moving, it'll freeze over in the night. We'll be getting up to minus 12 at night now, starting to cool down. Lake turnover is starting. And over here you see the main body lake. Because it's wind swept, the ice can't form. As it gets colder though, it will freeze. And that's when the lake whitefish will start to go real good. We're waiting. It's up to the fish. So stick with us as we do more transition from fall to winter. Alright, I got my line in. I've had 3 bites so far. But this is hard to believe. Here it is, November 13th, 2010. And it is hard to believe because within 2 weeks from now, we're going to have ice. And we're going to be frozen and it'll be snowing and cold. Here we are in southern Alberta. And here it is, what, a +6 today. This morning it was -2. I got my line in, we should be ice fishing. Look at that. Weird weather. Wow, look at this awesome weather we're having here. November 13th, 2010. I'm telling you, 2 weeks from now we're going to be standing on ice. We've got to get on those whitefish before December 10th. So stick with us as we do more on transition. Fall to winter. Look at that, the lakes are starting to freeze up. Just out taking my dogs out for a run, so the transition continues. Winter moved in on Monday over the last week. We've got snowstorms. First we had a rainfall, and then it snowed, and then cold weather came in. So the roads are really bad. But anyways, I'm on my way to do check the lakes. And this week's tip of the week is we're going to work on being safe on first ice. Last week I had open water, and I was casting with long rods. This week I probably have ice. I'm guessing 2 to 3 inches, maybe 4, because we've had 5 days of -20 weather and snow on top of the ice. So you got to pay attention and be careful out there. So I'm going to put all the safety gear in. So when we get out there, I'll show you tips and techniques on how to be safe on first ice. All the equipment, proper gear, and we just brought some basic gear with us. I've got long rods with me today, and I've got my ice rods. I've got my ice pick. I've got my compression plank. I've got my safety vest with spikes in it. So stick with us and I'll show you more as we get to the ice. See this? The roads are like this all over South Alberta. The city of Calgary has come to a grinding halt. Tuesday morning, 350 accidents, easy in the city. I didn't even go anywhere. All I did was plow driveways. Stick with that. I just thought I'd show more on our adventure. I've been driving for a good half hour now, and the roads are like this everywhere. People were telling me when they came, and they're going to have to commute to Calgary every day to go to work. And I live like 45 minutes from Calgary. So people from High River do that every day. Isn't that amazing? And we're in roads like this. It's taking like 2 hours to do a normal hour's out there and do some lake whitefish action. Hopefully I'll catch a fish or two. Today we're just going to do the feeler and recon. We're going to be safe first, and then if we can get out safely, then we're going to try and do some fish. So stick with me if we ever make it there. Thanks for joining me, everybody. This is quite an adventure from one side of the world to the other, from the Philippines to California. Hello, everybody. The good thing you guys are out sweating while we're freezing our nards off. See you soon. Look at this. That pond's frozen, but I'm showing the snow. Look at the snow drifts. Last week there was no snow right in. Look at it. And this is what we call in southern Alberta ice highway, literally. And then they throw a little sand on it to keep us from sliding off. But that's like taking a thawed, mucky mess and put it back into the freezer, because it hit 20 below, and it first rained, and then it snowed, and then it froze. So now you got this, what we call ice highway. And it covers 3 provinces, this storm did. So, think of that. You guys are out on your warm climates, you don't see this. Try driving on it. So you got to reduce your speeds dramatically. It even slows life down dramatically. Brought the big city to a halt. Anyways, back to sport fishing, and I'll show you some more as we drive along. The long journey just to go and catch some lake whitefish, and hopefully they're biting us closer very back. Oh, look at it. This thing, last week, I was open water fishing. I'm pretty sure we're going to be frozen. But we got snow on top of the ice. You got to be careful. You can't see what's going on. Look at that. Look at it. Wow. Awesome. Prairie storms. Interesting. Look at it. Steaming out there. So that means it's still freezing over. It looks like Tubby and I are the first ones to ice fish McGregor Lake this year, where we come and do our lake whitefish run. We'll see. Sometimes you get down there and you'll see holes. But anyways, we're going to take a look, put the safety gear on, we'll show you what it takes to go and catch fish. Usually if the lake is steaming, that tells me that it's colder in the air than what it is on the lake surface, and the ice is still forming and freezing, and that's what causes the steam. There's still water up on top. That means dangerous ice, but it's forming quickly because it's 20 below and it's freezing fast. Just like a refrigerator, you put water in the tray, and a few hours later, we're talking massive volume of ice forming. So it takes about a week of cold, steady weather. So we're going to get down there and take a look, and Tubby and I are going to show you how to catch fish, if at all possible, but firstly and foremost, to be safe. Alright, we're here. So now, it's probably about minus 20, 21 or 22 I think when I left town, 24. And we're going to get our Arctic gear on, put our safety vests on, get our compression plank out. And by the way, here it is, November 19th, 2010. First ice fishing of the season, 2010. November, fall, late fall, going for lake whitefish. And we've got ice. Just like that. We'll see you shortly. We'll put on our safety gear, tips and techniques. Got my all-weather Arctic gear on. Had to dig out a tunnel just to get to the ice. And we've only got 1.5 inches, so I had to use my compression plank. I'm going to put on my safety vest now, and we're going to go down and do a little jigging. So the key tricks are is be prepared, be safe, put the safety gear on. Don't mind you guys huffing and puffing. Got all my basic gear with me today, and I'm going to put on my safety vest, little spikes. I got a rope. So I'll just put all that in and get a line down, just see if we can get a bite. First ice, so it's dangerous ice, you gotta be really careful. So stick with me, I'll show you more as the day progresses. First ice, November 2010.